Keonte, obviously we're very early into your freshman season here, but you seem to really kind of find your stride in Maui against Illinois. How important was that for you to kind of get some confidence behind you and to be able to really add some meaningful points in that game?
I think it's really well. It's really my teammates helping me, telling me to stay with the process, and everything will go as planned.
What kind of challenges does Oakland present? I know they're a little similar to Miami in that they get a lot of offensive production from two guys in particular. So what are you guys looking for? What do you have to kind of be prepared for?
I know they have a guy that's averaging like 25 a game, so he'll obviously get like a lot of touches. He's like a versatile player, so I know we're like focused in on him a lot just because he's going to get his shots up. Just putting different guys on him throughout the game. And then I know they take a lot of three-pointers. So and something we've really been working on is guarding the three-point line, not giving up as much catch-and-shoot rhythm threes, but making guys take tough twos, so really focusing on that.
Kyle, what kind of growth have you seen from Keonte in just these first few games?
We've seen a lot of growth. He just from like coming into the summer, he was one of the guys who was always staying, working hard, putting in extra reps. And I think obviously, like in the preseason, as a freshman, it's a lot being thrown at you. But as games start to come and you figure it out, you become more confident as a freshman. And him just working hard, putting in extra work is just paying off.
What have been some of the most difficult adjustments from learning to play in the college game?
It's different. It's more physical for sure. The speed of the game is a lot faster than it was in high school. Especially when I was out for like the beginning of the preseason, I wasn't really able to get a lot of like the just drills and plays and just moving really just on the basketball court. And so I kind of got into it late, and it's just an adjustment. It just goes as time goes on, you'll get better and better.
When did it start to feel more comfortable for you? Like when did you start to feel like, hey, you know what, I can do this. I can be out here with these guys?
I'd probably say it hit really, I guess just games was long, but I think it was probably the Wisconsin game. Came in just giving some good minutes defensively and rebounding. I think that's when the game really hit me, and offense game started coming when I was in Maui. But it all starts on the defensive end.
So, Kyle, you come in a different situation here as a grad transfer, but how do you feel out there? Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel like you've got Xavier's system down?
Yes, I feel comfortable. I mean, for me, I felt like, coming in I could provide experience, but even coming in to play at like a bigger level, a higher level, it was a learning experience for me a little bit as well. And so I think for me the biggest part was just getting together as the team. As far as like Q was out early, Zach was out of practice a couple of weeks earlier in the season. So I think as we all gel together, like we'll all become more comfortable with each other.
Tomorrow's the start of December. What would you like to see this team, for both of you guys, what would you like to see this team, what would you like to see the next step be? Like the next thing that you guys kind of nail down and really start to do well?
I think just playing with pace and more like with a feel for the game and just moving the ball, and that's when we'll become a really good team, when we have a great feel on both ends of the court.
Yeah, I think building off the Miami game, just putting a whole game together. I think we've had throughout the season so far a lot of games where we've had really good stretches and then some bad stretches as well. I think the Miami game was the first time we felt like we played consistently well the whole game, and just trying to build off that and do that from game to game and not let it be just a one-time deal.
When it comes to leadership, Quentin obviously is the guy that's driving the ship, but as you mentioned, he's had this injury, and so I've still seen him like kind of coach when he's sitting on the sidelines and not participating. How big of an impact does Quentin have on this team from your perspective?
I think, you want to go first? Go ahead.
I think he has the biggest impact. He's a vet. He's the junior. Him and Tyreek are both juniors, the oldest players on the team. And especially for me, since I'm a guard, like that's what I look up to on this team, and he has the biggest impact.
Yeah, I think, Q has started here since like midway through his freshman year, so he has, a lot of experience. I think from the coaching staff down to players, we all believe in him. And I think as far as like, I mean, he's been a great leader just because he's been in a new position this year as far as having to be the vocal leader. And I think now that when he talks, everyone listens. And especially with him being the point guard, like the floor general, I think it's important for the floor general to be someone who everyone can look to listen to, and look at as an example on both ends of the court.
It's so strange because he's naturally an introvert and he has to be an extrovert for this position.
Yeah.
Can you guys talk about that a little bit? You know, is it hard to kind of get Q to open up when you're not running plays if you're off the court?
I think off the court, just because we're always together, it's like more natural for him. He's just more relaxed. But I would say he's more of like a quieter guy than what he's kind of been put in position to be. So I think he's just been adapting to it, and he's done well with it. And he'll learn more as the season goes on. But I think, you know, he's definitely quiet. Like, especially on the court, he's more quiet than being a vocal guy. But he's worked on that and become more of a vocal leader this year.
Do you want to add to that?
I mean, he said it all.
My bad.
I can probably guess this, but, you know, on the other end, who do you think are the most vocal guys on their team that are just kind of always talking?
Tyreek Jones.
Yeah.
Does he say things, you know, I'm not talking about plays or anything like that, but of substance, like, or is he trying to make you guys laugh? Like, how would you describe Tyreek's personality?
Oh.
I would say a mixture of both, and a mixture of getting under the skin of whatever team he's not on. Like in practice, if he's on blue squad, he's trying to get under the skin of the gray squad. So that's his approach. But also like making guys laugh and just being a vocal leader, saying the right stuff.
Well, now that you mention it, he's gotten under your skin a couple times. What does he do to get under your skin?
I mean, I wouldn't say he got under my skin, but we've definitely gone at it. I mean, for me, like, I like the competition. And so when he starts talking smack to me, it's like I want to say something back. And we've definitely gone back and forth. But he's a type to where if he knows it bothers you or, like, you're responding to it, he's going to keep egging it on until you either, like, shut him up or until you just blow. So that's how he approaches his smack talking.
How do you shut him up? Like, is it?
You gotta just beat him. Like, if they lose, he can't say. Even if they lose, he'll still be talking. But, yeah, even if they lose, he'll still be talking. But you can have something to say if he loses, because you like, at least we won. So
Gotcha.
yeah.